Alright, we're all packed here in the Model Y today to go have a fun day skiing on this beautiful sunny summer day inside. And then to also go run some errands, like dropping our ski rentals off for the season and probably picking up some food and stuff on the way. But it is the perfect opportunity for us to test out our brand new CCS to Tesla adapter from Lectron. That's going to allow us to utilize all of the various CCS charging networks that are around here. And also for us to talk about the current state of charging EVs right now in the United States, because it is all about to change. So stick with us, we'll get into it, and let's drive.
That's right.
You guys see these cars?
He get out of his car and was talking to a person in another car.
I don't know. This is part of, I guess there's like a car show here of not that exciting cars. But they are causing a lot of unnecessary traffic. So, yay. Hey, we're here right across the street from MetLife. And there's Big Snow. What do you think you're doing? Alright, well, we had a blast skiing at Big Snow. We got the skis packed up here in the back through the pass-through, which is my favorite underrated feature of the Model Y. And we are now heading to return our skis, so we'll be putting some more miles on the car and getting to a fairly low state of charge.
And then pick some skis?
Not today, buddy. We don't pick them until like the fall. But it's going to be a perfect opportunity for us to go check out our CCS adapter and get the car charged on an EVGo charger. This Model 3 is looking good with the ski racks on. Look at the Thule ones. They got nice ones. No, I'm talking about that one. Rhino rack and Thule ski rack on there. I dig it. Oh, look at this. Spoiler alert. Look at this set of cars. Must be here for the car show. Jag, Porsche, that one. Oh, GTR, Subaru, and Toyota. Interesting. Alright, I guess there's the car show. Interesting collection over there.
Not really fun cars.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a lot of interesting color cars. Alright, well, we happen to be driving right past an Electrify America station, so perfect opportunity for us to test. We are at 24% state of charge and might need just a little bit of juice to get home, so let's give this a shot. Alright, so normally we would not be able to use these chargers, but thank you to our friends at Lectron, who make some of the greatest charging accessories, including home chargers and various adapters. We've got this amazing CCS to Tesla adapter that we can use here. So, this is going to be compatible with any Tesla made after the retrofits when they enabled CCS, which you can check in your settings to see if your car is capable of doing it, but should basically be any Model Y and any Model 3 made after 2020, I believe. And I'll show you where you can check in the settings after this. But this is basically just a nice adapter, which is going to allow us to go from CCS to the Tesla plug. Alright, so that is quite well made, nice and substantial, very nicely made heavy-duty plastic here. You can see we've got the CCS version here and then the Tesla version here. And this also shows exactly why everyone is wanting to move to the Tesla one, because look at just how much nicer and more compact that is as a charger. So what we're going to do here is, actually we're just going to put this adapter onto the connector here first. So alright, here we go. One is unavailable, the other one is ready. So I'm not an EA member, so I'm not going to get the member rate. Instead, I'm going to have to pay a bit more. So, alright, so it says plug in first. It'll be a little bit hard to do. Alright, so we're going to get our massive handle here. Yeah, these are so much harder to use than the Tesla ones. The cable is so much thicker, heavier overall. It'd be nice when we switch away from these. Alright, so let's get our adapter on. And I'm just going to plug this straight into our charge port here. Hard to do one-handed. Alright, I think that's in. Alright, so now, obviously we're not going to have plug-in charge here like we do with Tesla, and instead we are just going to pay. So let me get that going. 48 cents a kilowatt hour, which is more expensive than the Tesla chargers. All right. You can hear these chargers just absolutely pumping. An interesting spot here. So there's a level 2 one here, 7.2 kilowatts, and a 150, and another 150 over there with the CHAdeMO. Quite strange. All right, let's try this again. Maybe if I have 2 hands, this will be a little bit easier. There we go. All right, and now here it's going. Stop that, please. All right. So much less seamless and quick than the Tesla one. All right, there we go. So we're going. Let's see. Oh, we're done? There we go. All right. We're getting 124 kilowatts, so we're maxing this one out. Now on a 350, we would actually probably see slightly higher speeds than we do on the Tesla V3 one, where we get 250 to like 254 is the most I've ever seen. So we'll have to see if we can find one of those at some point. Yep, that's exactly what it looks like now. But this is working great, and we're getting a pretty good charge here.
Where is the adapter?
It's over here plugged in. All right, well, sometimes at these EA stations you see some interesting cars. Today we've got an ID4 and us, and that's it. But there's the look, and we are charging it. All right, well, that's enough juice. We just needed a little bit to get home. So I'm pretty impressed with the charging speeds here, but okay, we're gonna head home in a second. But I really wish that they had faster options here. 150 is a little bit slow, especially compared to the V3 ones that we can do. All right, so we're gonna end our charging here and get going. So we got 5% or 6% already in 2 minutes. We're really not bad. We're still getting 128. All right, so we are all done. $2, whatever. And we got 5.636 kilowatt hours. Not so bad. A little bit pricey though. Awesome. So if you are interested in picking up your own adapter that will allow you to charge your Tesla off of the CCS network, you can do so at Lectron site. I will have the link in the description below, and make sure to use my code to save. All right, and then to unplug it, we just unclick that. Oh, I do not like these cables. And we unlock the port here, and that just comes straight out. Easy peasy. I guess it might be a little bit easier to pull the whole adapter and thing out first and then pull that off. But awesome, this is a great win for us, and that is going to be sticking around in the car and opening us up to a whole bunch of additional networks now. Right? All right, and I got a warning in here, so clearly you're not supposed to use the CCS cable button to disconnect. You should unlock from the car first and then pull the adapter out with the cable and then disconnect the adapter from the cable. Oops. All right, and then if you want to know if you are able to do this or not, you can go down here, additional vehicle information, and CCS adapter support enabled. So one of the other great advantages of being able to use CCS is that you can actually save some money too. So that EA station was 47 cents right now, but that's because I am not a member. So if I got the, I think it's $5 a month membership price, I would get 35 cents a kilowatt hour rates. So that would actually be cheaper than what Tesla's supercharging network is right now. So for example, this one, somewhat near us, is currently 45 cents a kilowatt hour, although we are at peak times right now, kind of in the middle of the day. So if we waited until 8 p.m., it would be 42 cents, so still more expensive. Or if you go after midnight, it's actually only 15 cents a kilowatt hour, all the way up until 4 a.m. it looks like, and then it becomes 32 cents. So it's nice that Tesla has sort of this dynamic pricing, that you pay different rates depending on how busy things are expected to be. It actually encourages you to charge during kind of off-peak times, which is better for the electric grid as well. And sounds like EA is actually going to be moving to something similar soon as well, but for now at least, you can actually save quite a bit of money by doing the EA membership and getting a much cheaper rate. And that benefit is, of course, in addition to just having the extra flexibility and availability of all of the CCS stations. So if I pull up to a Tesla supercharging station and it's totally full and there's a wait or something, or there's sites offline or anything, I have the option to find a nearby EA or EVGo, or even one of the ones like that are state branded, like in New York State, they have ones off of the rest stops, which is nice because we're usually stopping at those on our road trips anyway. So you get that extra optionality for your trips too. All right, well, we're going to give this another go now and go to a 350 kilowatt EVGo CCS station and see if we can max out the charging on the Tesla. See if we can beat even the 253, 254 kilowatts that we've seen on V3 superchargers when the Model Y is kind of at peak efficiency. So let's see, we'll get there with 25%, which isn't quite optimal. It'd be great to get there with a little bit less charge, but hey, it's a real world. So let's see what we can do. And part of the reason I want to do this is just to show that not only is having a CCS adapter great for where there might not be availability of chargers or where you might save money, but can also be a way to actually get a faster charger sometimes than what might be available at the Tesla superchargers. So if you're in a more remote place where maybe there aren't any Tesla superchargers and there's only CCS, or maybe there are Tesla superchargers but they're only V2 ones and you're going to max out 150 there, or even 73, I think, if the station is half full and you have to share a charger with somebody, you can get a lot faster going this way. So let's see how it goes. But this also shows one of the limitations with using CCS and not Tesla. We don't get any preconditioning of the battery here. So when you navigate to a Tesla supercharger, the car will automatically precondition itself, which means either heat up the battery or cool it down to get it to kind of the optimal temperature range for charging so that you'll get peak speeds. And in Tesla, there's no way to manually do that. You have to navigate to a supercharger to do so. So one way to kind of trick it would be if there was a supercharger nearby, we could navigate to that instead and have it precondition, expecting an arrival there. But unfortunately, the one that we're going to here doesn't look like there are any superchargers around. So we'll just do the best that we can. Temperature, it's going to be probably not too far off of optimal. It is definitely a hot day, but the car's been sitting in the garage overnight and everything, so should be a little bit cool, but the drive will get it warmed up a little bit, but hopefully not super hot. So let's see how we do when we get there. Alright, so since we're driving to a charger, thought I might talk a little bit about some of the news that we see on Tesla's V4 superchargers. So looks like Tesla has been working on the V4s for quite a while now. There were some rumors of stuff getting installed at a site in the Netherlands, and now there have been some additional details that have come out through the filings for the permits for a site in the UK. And what we see from there is that it looks like it is going to offer up to 350 kilowatt charging, but the details of that, like the exact voltage and amperage and everything, are still not confirmed or anything. So it seemed like the chargers themselves will have the capability to go up to 1,000 volts. Didn't say the amperage, but the cables themselves on the V4s, at least in this site, only rate up to 350 kilowatts. So basically, not getting the full capacity of what the chargers can actually output, which probably makes sense for now. I mean, there are very few cars that would be able to take advantage of 1,000 volts. They still haven't actually confirmed what the Cybertruck is going to have, but that might be a strong reason for them to go up to a higher voltage. But I think from the rumors and stuff that I've seen, That's either going to be potentially 800 volts or probably more realistically 400 at most. So probably not necessary to have 1,000. And even some of the highest voltage cars like the Hummer EV and the Silverado would be the only ones that could really even potentially take advantage of something like that. But the reason to go to a higher voltage would also be to help convince some of the manufacturers that haven't switched yet, like Hyundai, Kia, Genesis, that their eGMP platform utilizes an 800 volt architecture for really fast charging, and Lucid as well, where right now, because the Tesla chargers, even the open ones that are V3s, cannot output enough voltage, so instead those cars have to utilize their onboard boosters, which is a much slower charging rate for them. So it doesn't make quite as much sense for those manufacturers to switch over to the supercharging network or the NACS network right now if the chargers themselves can't actually output as much energy as the CCS ones out there right now can. So so I can see that probably happening. But I think another exciting part of this is that the V4s look to have a much longer cable, which is great because, for now, what they have at the V2s and V3s, which is a pretty short cable, works fine because every Tesla has the charging port on the driver's side back panel of the car. So every car can pull in backward and be charging kind of in the same direction and everything. You don't need to stretch the cables all that far. But other cars do not follow that standard, and so you've got ones like Rivian and Ford F-150 Lightning that have it in the front left, so those have to like pull in forward in order to even reach, and you have to really stretch the cable, especially in the Lightning. And you're also in like the wrong spot from where Teslas would be using the same cable, so you're effectively blocking two spots. So by having a longer cable, it'll allow these cars to be able to charge from the designated spot regardless of the charge port location, which will be fantastic. And then the other big news in charging this week is that a consortium, I guess, of 7 EV manufacturers, although I don't know if you can call Honda really a EV manufacturer, but whatever, car manufacturers at least, have announced that they are going to be building out their own charging network across the United States on the popular travel corridors. They're going to try to target places that are a little bit nicer than where you would typically find like Electrify America. So think kind of retail spots, restaurants, something a little bit more akin to the Superchargers than your normal like Walmart and Target parking lots that EA has. And so those 7 manufacturers are BMW, Mercedes, GM, Stellantis, Honda, Hyundai, and Kia. I don't really get how they're counting those because, to me, Hyundai and Kia, since they're part of the same group, wouldn't that be the same thing basically as GM or Stellantis, which is like sort of the umbrella brand. But whatever. Bunch of EV manufacturers. Honda kind of sticks out a little bit weird to me, like I said there. I'm not really sure how much they're doing in the EV space, but I guess they did announce a partnership with GM to utilize some of the Ultium technology. And then pretty much everybody else has announced that they are going to be moving to the NACS standard too. So it sounds like what they're planning to do is a combination of CCS and NACS chargers as they build out, and then probably over time they'll just switch entirely to NACS. But for now, at least, they're going to try to have compatibility for the existing cars that are on the road, as well as the ones that come out over the next 2 years during this transition, as well as any that come out after that and are on NACS. So try to future-proof them a little bit. And details are really sparse on this. They don't talk at all about like where they're actually going to be building these out. They said they're going to do 30,000 chargers by 2030, which will basically get them just a little bit above where Tesla is in the US right now. But with the rate that Tesla's expanding, Tesla will basically be above that within like the next year or two. So they're going to be playing catch up for quite a while. And I don't know, it doesn't inspire a lot of confidence for me. Like, I don't see many cases where you get, even 2 car manufacturers successfully working together, let alone 7 that are all going to have different priorities, want to have like their branding and stuff on it. I mean, it makes sense. Like, customers need this. They need reliable charging networks, and it's a good thing for us to have, some redundancy and competition, so that it's not everything is just the Tesla supercharging network. But and so I'd love to see this succeed, but I don't know how it's going to work with these companies. I don't see how they're going to have any real authority over this build out, how they're going to make decisions as a group here, and what they're going to do, when their motivations are in competition with each other for their companies and for their customers. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I think honestly anything that adds more chargers across the country is going to be a good thing. But I'm very skeptical about how this rollout is going to be. I have a strong suspicion in 3 years from now, you're going to forget that they ever even announced this, and it's basically going to disappear. So fingers crossed, but I'm not holding my breath on it. All right, well, interesting spot here. So we are at a Courtyard by Marriott's, and we've got 2 level 2 charge ones. And then these 2, let's see, these are 100 kilowatts at the CCS, and then they've also got a Tesla handle and a 100 Tesla one is 50 kilowatt, the Chatham one is 100 kilowatts. So basically, if you do Tesla, you're getting the slowest right here. So this is a good example, actually. If you only had this one available, you're actually you're getting double the rate on the CCS one versus the Tesla. Now, what I really wanted to check out was this one, which has been completely blocked by this one. And so, let's see, this one is up to, it should be 350. And let's see how fast it is. Weird. So, good speed on that one. But yeah, just fantastic here with a fucking e-tron. Well, at least it should be done fast. So, yeah, 81%. So it's been here for 23 minutes. All right, well, let's try this one first. So we get paying here, and we'll do our CCS here just to show how that works. And okay, so up here. All right, so I'm gonna go adapter first and then plug on in. And this is a little here. Alright, so let's just test out our speed here. Got these cables, man. Okay, and not like that. Not going. Okay. Alright, seems like the card reader may not be working, so let's try the app. Alright, there we go. Now we're working on credit card. Took 3 tries and I couldn't get the app to work. Alright, so got a slow start here. Insanely slow. Alright. It's not the best experience so far. Connection error. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, unlock. Charge port. Open. Okay, let's see if we can get this in better this time. Alright, that seemed like it clicked in better. Let's see if we can get this to go. Okay. Okay, authorized. Authorizing. Connecting. Connecting. Stuff is clicking. No charging. Yeah, so far this is not going super. Oh, there we go. Okay, connection successful. There we go. I spoke too soon. All right, we got a green light. We are charging. So let's take a look here. We are now getting 69 kilowatts. That's pretty bad. All right, well, this is better than nothing and will definitely work as a backup option, but that is pretty slow. Let's see if we get any sort of change here. All right, so I just want to do a quick comparison then. See if we get what kind of rate we get on the Tesla one that says only 50 kilowatts. So let's stop this charging. Alright, processing, and we're unlocked here. That off. And take our adapter out. Plug this guy back in. Now, I don't know what it means that the Tesla plug is down here on the ground. If that, sometimes that means that it does not work, but let's see. So I've never used an EVGo Tesla one before. It's like manufactured by them, but it seems like it doesn't do the thing where it opens the port when you click at it, like the Supercharger ones do. It's a pretty thick cable. Alright, so we've got that guy plugged in. Come on. Huh. I wonder if these just don't work. Plug in. Nope. Closing it. Okay. Car knows that's connected. This machine doesn't seem to know it's connected. I wonder if these just don't work. These are disconnected now. Maybe the with the Ultium branding here, they got rid of Tesla. Alright, should we try Chatamo? Oh, and we got a connection error connected, so I think it's saying we're not connected there. So I don't think that the Tesla one actually works on here. Maybe that's why it was on the ground. Let's just plug that in one time since it was on the ground. Alright, so yeah, it doesn't even recognize that that's plugged in, so I don't think that works. Alright, let's bail on that one. And now let's see if we can kind of wiggle our way over to the CCS one maybe. But yeah, not great. I kind of forgot that they or they got like this branding of Ultium on most of the EVGo ones now. I guess the DC ones doesn't look like it's on the level 2 ones at all. All right, well, it teaches me a lesson. You never judge a book by its cover, or judge too soon, I guess. I just talked to the e-tron owner, super nice guy. He's driving out to Long Island, charging up along the way there. He said he gets about 200 miles of range in his e-tron, which is not bad. And they've got a Tesla also, so they're living the full EV lifestyle. But he was saying it's really hard around here not having a Tesla EV because there's just so little charging in this little slice of New Jersey. But anyway, so now we're here on this one, and let's see if we get any different kind of results. So let's get this big boy out of here. And I'm gonna get connected first. Alright, adapter. Alright, now let's see here. If we can get this going any better. Here. Card readers, there we go. You know, like find the exact right spot. You know what just happened? All right, approved. Doing something. All right. Now let's see what this baby that is powered by 100% renewable energy can do. Strangely, there's just no signage on here for the speed. Let's see. All right, clicking. Let's take a while. Come on, Thomas. I do like the names on these. It's pretty cool. All right, here we go. And what are we seeing in here? So, 100. Ooh, all right, not bad. 95, 200. Oh, all right. I got a good feeling about this one. Going for the record. Oh, no, back down. Oh no, and we're dropping down. Dropping like a rock. Oh, back up. Back down. Back down. Oh no. Oh, Thomas, come on. Come on, you can do it. Give me over 250. Oh, no, it doesn't look like we can get above 200 here. All right, let me just double check the stats on the machine itself. Let's see if it says anything. All right, so it's showing us 170. All right, 380 volts, 432 amps. Max would be 4. Okay, so let's see here. So at 400 volts, what would this max out at? And I can't do this math in my head. All right, 400 volts times 540 amps, 216. All right, so this has never stood a chance of getting anywhere near the max here. So your max would need to be at close to 1,000 volts, I guess around 800 volts if you're gonna get 540 amps, and that takes you to a max of 350. Okay, so we were never gonna get that anyway, but I mean, still not bad. This is, I mean, I'd say this is effectively like a bit more than 150, so like 175 kind of for us. But good to have the option at least. All right, so here's our stats here. Our stats here, so we've got a delta output is 150 to 950 volts, 500 amps plus 200 amps, 175, 170. Oh, yeah, that must be split. Okay, or 500 amps max at 350 kilowatts. So maximum output 350. Okay, yep. So interesting. I didn't think to kind of account for that in the architecture here, that the peak speed that you're going to get is on a higher voltage car. But all right, I mean, we already got 10% while I'm just standing here chit-chatting. So not bad. That's pretty cool. All right, well, good charging so far, and car seems to be happy with it. So, oh my God, we're already at expensive. Oh my God. Going up to $8 already. All right, let's stop this now before I have to get a second job. All right, so just does it not say? I can tell you like exactly what you're paying per kilowatt hour. Yeah, I don't know. Let me try to find that in a second after I get us unplugged and everything here. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I guess EVGo has standard pricing. Oh, that's for LA. Kind of depending on your region. So. Let's see. New Jersey. All right, so, pretty pricey. Early bird, 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. is 43 cents per kilowatt hour. Off peak, which is 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 9 p.m. to 12 a.m., which is what we are now, is still 56 cents per kilowatt hour. And peak from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. Is 69 cents per kilowatt hour. Plus there's a $1 session fee. Which is nuts. So you can buy a membership that will save you 20% off of those fees. I think remove the session fee, or an even more expensive one would take you down by 30%. So that makes it a little bit more affordable. But this is pretty expensive. This is more. Even the early bird is about the same pricing as Tesla's kind of peak pricing, which is about the same as Electrify America's non-member pricing. So anything more than that, and this is the most expensive network that I found so far. So EVGo, on the pricier side, but here in northern New Jersey, it seems like there's a lot more of these stations than there are Electrify America or any other CCS ones. So not necessarily the best way to save money here specifically, but there's at least a little bit more availability here. So, all right, I think that was a pretty interesting little slice of the CCS lifestyle. And I've got to say, from the experience so far, I mean, at least I had successful charging at all of the places, but the ease of use is just definitely not as good as the Tesla supercharging one. So, I mean, sure, it would make a difference if if they had plug-in charge and you didn't have to worry about like the payment and stuff. But that was kind of the biggest pain, just because like the card readers seem to be pretty finicky and everything, and that's like the best experience you can have. I mean, I guess I could be using the app and just doing like a kind of swipe and go from there, but a little bit more of a pain to set up, and I'd rather just directly use my credit card. So from that standpoint, I think I see the benefits of Tesla. Certainly the cables and dealing with the plugs is so much easier in the Tesla. It's a lot easier to do one-handed. These CCS ones, just the cables are thick and heavy, and especially with the adapter, like kind of wiggling it in and everything, is not the easiest operation. And then from a charging speed perspective, I'm sure if I keep looking around, I will be able to find something that can operate at the same amperage as a V3 supercharger on with the equivalent voltage on as well on one of these CCS networks. But from what I've found so far, I'm going to get slower charging rates, at least on these stations. So I do think that this is a great option to have, just sort of as whether you're using it as a backup, just in case you're not able to get to a supercharger station, or if you're really kind of nerding out like I like to do and planning every stop and trying to optimize every charging stop that you do. I think you actually probably can save some money this way as well, by finding the most affordable charging option based off of the time of day and the rates across each of them. But you're going to be spending a bit of time doing some cross shopping and stuff for sure to do that. It's hard to kind of find that all in one place right now, so you've got to jump around between apps, for sure. But I think definitely very glad that I've got this adapter from Lectron now. I'll be taking this on all of our road trips, and I think it's probably going to come in handy, especially when we're in maybe some more remote areas or places where the supercharging network is either not as built out, or especially like if we're finding ones that are full and have waits, or our V2 ones that are crowded, or anything like that. All right, well, hope you found that interesting and useful. I think it is a fantastic way to unlock the additional benefits and flexibility of the CCS network. So you can, once again, get your own of the CCS to Tesla adapters from Lectron, link below. With that, thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time here on the channel, please do subscribe so that you don't miss any other great content coming your way. We've got a lot of other accessories and a bunch of drives coming up soon, so you don't want to miss any of that. All right, we'll see you out there on the road.